Didn't even get to cross.
What's up everybody, DJ Lobster here. Now, several people have asked me, hey DJ, what games are you looking forward to this year? I've been asked that enough that I decided to make this video of my top 12 anticipated games for 2015. Now keep in mind that just because a game doesn't make it on this list, doesn't mean I'm not looking forward to it. This is ramping up to be a huge year for gaming, and there are so many good looking games coming out this year that I want to play. And I'd love to play every single one of them, but that's probably not going to happen. Topping off my list at number 12 is Dying Light by Techland. This game came really close to not making my list. I love the idea of the parkour and zombie survival being put together, and the game looks like a much better version of Dead Island, which is easily explained by the fact that it's made by the same exact developers. So if they can get everything right they did wrong with Dead Island and achieve what they're promising with this game, it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. At number 11 is Final Fantasy 15 by Square Enix. I'm not a huge Final Fantasy fan. I played a lot of the older games and most recently the MMO, and I love them. The latest games in the series never looked that interesting to me though, and I kept hearing about how bad they were. Final Fantasy 15 has piqued my interest though, and it's probably because it looks a lot different than the recent Final Fantasy releases that we've seen. The combat looks similar to Kingdom Hearts, and the storyline seems darker. I already really like the art style, so as long as they create a compelling story and great characters, I'm hoping that this will be the Final Fantasy game to bring me back to the series. Racing in at number 10 is Project Cars, a racing simulator made by Slightly Mad Studios. I really love racing games, both arcade and sim, and this is one sim that looks pretty promising. The emphasis on realism in both the graphics and the gameplay is astounding. So many racing types are covered, everything from road cars, US muscle, supercars, GT, Le Mans prototypes, open wheel, even karts. There's too many great features to even talk about here. Not only that, but with virtual reality support, I think this could be taking up a lot of my time in 2015 once I get an Oculus Rift. Coming in at number 9 is No Man's Sky by Hello Games. Now, I'm hesitant about putting a new IP like No Man's Sky on this list, but I have to admit I bought a ticket and I'm riding a hype train hard on this one. No Man's Sky is a completely procedurally generated and huge open universe that players can explore and upgrade their character and starship in. To get an idea of just how massive the universe is, they've said you can reach the center of the galaxy in about 70 hours without focusing on any additional exploration or objectives. I love open exploration games, and I think if this game delivers on its promises, it could definitely scratch that exploration itch for me. For number 8, I've got The Order 1886 by Ready at Dawn and Sony Santa Monica. Now, there's been quite a bit of controversy surrounding this game when it comes to graphic quality versus frame rate, but I've seen several great hands-on accounts that make it sound really good and smooth. Of course, you never really know until you see for yourself. What's more important to me, though, is the fact that I've never played a game quite like this one. It's a third-person steampunk shooter set in an alternate reality London, with an order of knights that keeps the world safe from half-breed monsters like werewolves. That sounds crazy, and I can't wait to play it. For the number 7 spot, I've got Star Wars Battlefront by DICE. Now this is another game that I'm kinda hesitant about, but I'm really hoping DICE can pull through on this one, because I've been waiting for this a long time. Battlefront games are conquest-based games set on massive battlefields, so this isn't a big jump for DICE. The only reason this game isn't higher on the list for me is because I'm not sure whether EA will treat this game the same as the Battlefield series, or allow it to become its own thing and flourish. We'll just have to wait and hope. Coming in at number 6 is Evolve by Turtle Rock Studios. I'm a big fan of Turtle Rock's work with the Left 4 Dead series, which I've spent hundreds of hours in, so of course I followed Evolve pretty closely. I played quite a bit of the beta and the alpha, and even though some parts of it were rough, a lot was missing, and there were some glitches, some of which were pretty funny. I really had a lot of fun with this game, and I'm looking forward to some great co-op gameplay from Turtle Rock. The game would be higher up on my list, but I'm unsure of how long the game will hold its replay value for me. It may just be me, but I feel like I may tire of it a lot quicker than I did with Left 4 Dead. Sneaking in at number 5 is Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain by Kojima Productions. Now, I have to admit that I've just recently beaten the first Metal Gear Solid, and I'm working my way up to be able to play this one. But I've seen enough of the games from friends and all the media out there, and I'm pumped for this game. Gameplay looks solid and fun, and I really enjoy stealth-based games like this. I also really dig the humor in the series, and from Kojima, so I'm looking forward to a lot more of that. Coming in at number 4 is Bloodborne by From Software. I never finished Dark Souls or Demon Souls, even though I enjoyed playing them, and never even played Dark Souls 2. But I really like the Victorian nightmare theme they're going with in Bloodborne. While I know it has significant differences from Demon's Souls and Dark Souls in overall gameplay, if it has the same elements that everyone loves, I can't help but imagine that this will be an excellent game to play. Number 3 on my list is Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. Not only is Uncharted one of my favorite series of games, it's made by the wonderfully talented people over at Naughty Dog who have made games time and time again that I have really fond memories of playing. Uncharted 4 is an action-adventure third-person shooter game that continues the story of Nathan Drake, a globe-trotting fortune hunter. This series is packed with great action, writing, characters, settings, and gameplay, and from what I've seen of Uncharted 4, it looks to expand all of that in a great way. My number 2 is Batman Arkham Knight by Rocksteady Studios. I'm a huge fan of the Arkham series and really glad that Rocksteady is back for this one. And it looks like their time away from Batman has paid off because Arkham Knight looks like it's going to breathe a breath of fresh air into the Arkham series. This game is supposed to come in 1 year after Arkham City, with Batman at the peak of his ability, and where Scarecrow is uniting Batman's enemies in a plot to finally kill the Dark Knight. The gameplay looks fantastic, the story sounds great, and I just cannot wait to get my hands on another Batman game from Rocksteady Studios. And ending my list of top anticipated games for 2015, coming in at number 1 is The Witcher 3: Wild Hunt by CD Projekt Red. The Witcher series is another series that I absolutely love, which is based on the series of fantasy novels of the same title by Polish author Andrzej Sapkowski. I have a lot of respect for CD Projekt Red for the way they treat the gaming community, especially those of us on PC who continue to get half-assed ports of console games. The PC version of The Witcher will definitely get the love it deserves instead of just being a pretty port from console. And as always, the art, gameplay, and novel-like story will be fantastic. From the massive world to the even more massive lore, I am really excited to get back into this world and see what happens with Geralt of Rivia and how his story ends. Unless there's some big surprise this year, this could potentially be my game of the year. And that's it, folks. The games I'm most looking forward to for 2015. Like I said, there's a lot of games that I'm excited about that didn't go on this list, but I plan on playing as many of them as I can. If there's a game or games you're most excited about, let me know in the comments and I'll be sure to check it out. Thanks for watching, and thanks for liking and sharing this video with your friends and all our other videos too. It really does make a big difference. I hope you all have a great year in gaming, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
Oh damn. My god, after I helped you.
You didn't help me.
I